ultimately going to be a brisket chili. What's in here now, Shell? Bacon grease? Okay, so this is bacon grease. Just going to give you a little overview of what we've got going on here. If you're not saving your bacon grease, maybe you should. It is keto friendly. Got some fresh garlic there that we'll press. We're going to use this as the sauce because it has only 6 grams of carb, 5 per half cup. It's half of what normal tomato sauce would have. We've got some seasonings here, smoked paprika from an Amish store, chili powder, some other seasonings here, some bone beef broth, and this is brisket from Franklin in Austin, Texas, that we mowed on yesterday, and then we're going to use some of it for this chili today. We have this garlic press. If you're a fresh garlic kind of person, you don't even have to peel this one. When you squeeze it, it leaves the peel inside the press. You just scrape it off and then remove the peel from inside of it and add the next piece. Way easier than anything else we've used to try and get it to get fresh garlic.
Do you have an actual tool for this that is easier
we do.
than what I'm doing right now?
Part of this recipe includes a cup of fresh brewed coffee. We'll be using that later. Just a quick note here. You can see where my wife has scored the butter so that we can immediately pull out a tablespoon of butter. Because this particular stick of butter is oddly shaped. It's not like the normal kind of butter that you buy at the store, so it makes it a little more challenging to figure out what a tablespoon is. We're pulling this brisket from the flat side. There's a flat and a point. The point is the fattier side. This is the flat side that is less fatty, but just as delicious. Look at that.
Yeah. It's cold, so.
Yeah. I'd still bite that thing off like a candy bar right now.
It's cold, which is going to make it a little harder to cut.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would slice through like butter.
There's some benefit to cutting it that way, though. I mean, it's not juicing all over the place.
That's true.
Please be careful. Megs always knows when we're cooking. She likes to wait right here, right by the kitchen. She knows what's going on. Don't you know what's going on? Oh, yes. Look at that sweet dog. It's so sweet. He likes the tummy rubber. Okay, so you got the bacon grease in there and what,
Just
half
onions.
a cup of onion or something?
One small onion.
One small onion chopped up.
Gotta be careful about how much onion you use.
Okay.
In keto recipes.
Yes, we have read some conflicting information about onions. Some people say it's totally fine. Some people say avoid it completely, in moderation. We're going to go with the middle there and say in moderation it's good. And we got to have onions. We love onions. Shelly is cubing up the brisket. Okay, so we're going to measure out how much brisket we're actually putting in the chili. Got the scale from Amazon, of course. What doesn't come from Amazon? It's got the tare feature, so you can measure the bowl first and subtract that from your final weight. It looks like about 10 ounces.
Wait, I'm gonna make it 10 ounces.
She goes. More. Oh, you did it.
Okay.
10 ounces. 10 ounces of incredible brisket. Oh yeah. And we got these guys cooking up in here, just the butter and onions, no garlic in there yet. We've got 5 cloves of garlic going in there. And we're going a little more on the brisket than we had originally said 10 ounces. We're going a lot more than that. Right now we're at 22 ounces.
Yeah, it is easier to cut when look how thin.
Wow.
You can get it when it's So maybe we do.
Okay, right now we're up to 24 ounces of brisket. There's a chunk of fat on top. If that number changes, of course, it'll be in the link below for the recipe. Put all the details in the recipe below. Oh, that smells fantastic. Love the smell of butter and onions and garlic.
Okay.
What are we looking at here?
These are all of our seasonings, which is going to be a tablespoon of paprika, a tablespoon of cumin powder, 3.5 tablespoons of chili powder, a half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is down here somewhere, and a half of a teaspoon of the chipotle chili powder,
Awesome.
and then some salt. I haven't added pepper, and I haven't added any spicy stuff yet. We're going to see what this tastes like first.
Cool.
Okay, now we're going to add all of the spices into here.
And we ended up not adding anything additional to what we already showed you to the bowl of spices.
And then this is 8 ounces of strong coffee. Now, something we should mention here is our brisket is cooked. So if you're
Yes.
using uncooked brisket, you would definitely want to sear your brisket in here before you do any of this and get it nice and seared so that it can cook down, but ours is done, so we've left it out.
Good point.
And then I'm going to add in this beef broth, and we use beef bone broth, and you can get this at Aldi.
Yeah.
It calls for 2 cups. This is a little more than 2 cups, so I'm going to put it all in.
Okay. Suddenly I have to go to the bathroom. Can
Okay.
you see the back of it?
More.
Let's take a look at this. Smells good. Smells really good. Let's
Okay.
see what we're putting in there.
We are going to use this instead of canned tomatoes because it has like half of the carbs, and hoping that it turns out okay. It's marinara, so it's basically just tomatoes and spices. I'm gonna add that in there. I don't know if you saw that little trick, but if you pour it over the spoon, it keeps it from splashing up on you.
See, as a man, I can just tell you, I would have sprinkles of that down the front of my shirt right now. So that's a great tip. And I can tell you, if you put your nose down here by the edge of this, it smells great. Did you smell the shell? Did you get right down in there and smell it? It's fantastic. Now we're going to add that, I think it was 24 ounces of brisket, something like that.
24 ounces.
24 ounces. Oh, that looks so good.
And because our brisket is cooked, we're not going to cook this for as long as what you would normally have to, which would be like 2.5 to 3 hours over your stove on low. But I think this is going to probably be done in maybe 30 or 45 minutes, just in time for us when we break our fast.
All right. Can you pull a spoon of that up so I can get a look at it? Wow. Oh, man, that looks fantastic. This is Jinx, our cat. Look at her pretty blue eyes. Look at your pretty blue eyes. She likes to hang out at the pantry just in case she gets a little something. Speaking of pantry, talking about some of the things we might add to this chili as a topping, here are some homemade tortilla chips. These are keto that Shelly made this morning. Do you like those, Jinx? Meow. Meow. Oh, made the doggy jealous. Meow. Oh. Other things we may add to it include sour cream. There's some cheese sauce in here. Where'd that cheese sauce go? Where the cheese sauce is.
Like right behind the jello.
Oh yeah. Some of this stuff right here, some Gordo's cheese dip. Might add some of that to the chili. Let's see.
I just decided to go ahead and add some cilantro, some dried cilantro.
Love
Let
cilantro.
that get in there and make it taste even better.
Now this came from Shady View Pantry, this cilantro in Ohio. We're from Ohio originally, Amish country, and that's where we got this stuff at Amish store. It smells great, it looks great. And we're cooking in a Lodge cast iron. Do you call this a Dutch oven? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's an enameled cast
Enameled?
iron.
Yeah, which is Shelly's favorite way to cook, in cast iron. Okay, so here's our finished product. We got some sour cream, some green onions. These are homemade tortilla chips, keto friendly, that Shelly made. A little mild cheddar on there, and our brisket chili. Okay, so here's the first bite. Let's see how this tastes. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, that's fantastic. That was very, very, very good. If you make it, let us know.